Welcome to the latest episode of the Crowject podcast, and a very special episode at that. We will touch on that later. But firstly, we'll give shout out to our sponsors in PainMed SA, Trojan Aluminium, and Arnott's. Thank you for donating a box of barbecue shapes. Get around them. Let's head around the table before we dive into things. Firstly, in the corner, you can't see him. Pilot Pete is back on the pots and pans.
Yay!
Yay.
I'm back. I'm off the air. Hello, everyone. That sounds a bit sinister. Anyway,
What are you doing back there? Why are you off camera?
well, I've got swabbed for a spicy sneeze yesterday, so I'm trying to keep up the social distance.
Is this your idea of quarantining?
Yeah.
Because this is bad.
No, I'm negative, so calm down. God, we're going to shit, so Cream, back to you.
As for the rest of us that you can see, Lleyton, good to see you as always.
Yeah, it's good to see. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm better than I was a few Sundays ago. We'll
Yeah.
touch on that later. Benny Mac, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. How you going?
Good, thank you. Queen Elodie with the Crowject crown over the back of her head, if you cannot see.
Yes.
Oh. How are you?
Trying to. No, that probably doesn't work. Yeah, I'm quite good. How are you?
Thank you.
I've just seen you inhale about 8 biscuits before we started,
Yes.
so I feel like you're in a good position. You got the energy.
I smashed some Anzac biscuits, and they're going to pay me back later. I can tell. Last but not least, Damon.
You going to eat that biscuit?
I will eventually.
Fair enough. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
All right, now we've done the hellos around the table. As always, thank you to our Patreon contributors. We appreciate your support as well. If you are not a Patreon and you want to become one, you can go to patreon.com/Crowject, and you will be entitled to a whole bunch of merchandise and shows. Ooh. Firstly, with the shows, Damon, what do we got?
You've got Get Your Crow On, which Lleyton and I co-host. Lleyton does far more work behind the scenes than I do.
We just released the Harry Nelly episode.
We did. Yeah, fantastic chat. Stick around if you're a fan of match-worn gloves.
Yes.
Watch
Yes.
that, yeah.
That's gross.
It was actually, yeah.
Ian
he brought it
Perry?
in. Not Ian Perry. Another famous glove wearer from the Crows, but I'm not going to reveal who it is because you've got to sign up and watch it.
Okay, it's in
It
the promo.
rhymes with
It's in the promo.
Lenjamin knees.
Yeah, it is.
It does. It does.
What'd you say?
Lenjamin knees.
Oh, rhymes that bend at the knees.
Yeah, anyway.
Almost, yeah.
Damon.
Okay.
We also have Obscure Crow, which Elodie fronts up. Have we got any?
Yes. Oh God,
on
we
that?
haven't done one of those in a while.
No.
We should probably do something. Thanks for the
Last year.
reminder.
That was-
But if
To
you
be-
sign up now, you get access to 20 we've already done. We just haven't done any for a while.
That's right. Check out the back catalogue, as they say. And you also get a whole bunch of stuff courtesy of Jeff Albertson, aka Lleyton, over here. Are you still doing the promotion where if we ring up and say, "Oi, mate, we want
Yes.
this game," will you put it on? Are you still doing that?
Yes, there's a post on Patreon right now, so you can request a game that you want to watch, and I'll put it on there. And speaking of calling up, what can you do, Peter?
What am I doing?
What can the Patrons do?
If you go to
Live.
patreon.com/Crowject and you are signed up as a subscriber, you can get access to the exclusive Patreon phone. Whoa.
Game changer.
$63 from Officeworks. Eat your heart out. And it is blue and it doesn't have a sticker.
I reckon I used to have that phone back in the day. I was like,
Yeah, they've kept it
good
around.
phone.
Just a quick shout out to Connor Nelson. I'm casting this to my TV. You guys look great on the big screen.
Oh,
Well, that's because I'm not on there. Thank you very much. And Dave Carnivale says the late 90s trading tea lads, and he's done the okay emoji. So he's enjoying it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what are we
yeah,
rocking
yeah.
tonight?
there's a lot of red around the table tonight.
Yeah, just 3 stripes, and then you've got this year's red long sleeve jumper on.
O'Neill's. Elodie's the only
This
one.
is Crumb.
Yeah, the only
Crumb.
professional amongst
Yeah.
all of us. She actually
Yeah.
came wearing the merchandise.
And what are you wearing, Cream?
I came straight from work, so I don't.
This is the
Oh,
business
yeah.
as
cream
much
model.
as much as I'd love to wear Crom gear at work, it wouldn't go down.
I mean, this is nice. I like it.
Now, a
Thank you
question
so
from
much.
Dave Carnivale who says barbecue shapes. Where's the taralli at?
I don't
That's
know.
a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Cream's stomach.
Yeah.
This is
It-
kind of off-brand for us.
It's because I went shopping, not Pete. That's why we've got Anzac biscuits
Okay.
and shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's just nappies for me, mate. That's all I get.
Now, before we push on, Lleyton did previously mention if one of those games you want to watch is a loss, he probably doesn't have it.
Yeah.
However,
I
he
have about 70% of the games, but they're mostly wins. I don't have as many losses.
yes. But also, we did not touch on the merchandise that you get if you sign up to be a Patreon. Ben, what do you get?
Yeah, get yourself a whole plethora of merchandise.
Word of the day, toilet paper yet again.
Once more. Get yourself a stubby holder, a key ring, and a lanyard and stickers.
Now, I feel bad for Pete, so I'm going to get him to read out the Patreon list shortly.
God.
Because he's not in view.
It'll take about 5 minutes.
Where the hell's that list?
Open up your phone. I think it's in the group chat.
right.
But in the meantime,
Not the Crowject phone. What are you doing?
Does a Crowject phone have Snake? Looks like the kind of phone that would have Snake.
It's got Snake too.
it doesn't have it doesn't have a camera, does it? No camera.
Yes, it does. It's 0.3 megapixels.
Oh, wow. Good stuff.
Crystal clear.
Now, it is time for the Patreon list, and oh, God help me. We have Austin Richardson, Crom, Chad, Ray, Michael T, Jess, Little, Karen, Cameron, Sharon Berg, Ethan Phillips, Matt Quist. This is really good visual, by the way. Everyone just staring at me at the present time. Ben Piro, Brad M, Sophie Damon, Drew Corner, Chris, Jade Hickey, Samuel Curtis, and oh, Jesus. Where was I? Drew Corner, Chris, Jade Hickey. I've probably read that one out again. Samuel Curtis, arguably AFL, Callum Ryan, Amelia Frank Milanese, Sharon Cameron, Matteo and Giggity Garv, Ethan Thomas, Chrissy Banish, Harry Nelly, Martin Head, Kim Ryder, Aaron Shearer, Dan Yench, Brendan McGarrigan, James Payne, Crow, Tricolours, Chris, Daniel, Sarah James, Adam Cyril, Gold Katina, Zen Ronaldo, Martin Adams, Tom Schultz, Michael Bornholm, Nathan Prime, Caroline Scomar, Lucky Garsbrook, Andy Munro, Peter Veridge, Shahin Marty,
Good.
Jezza Withers, Lachlan Dan, Aidan Gain, Simon McDonald. I've gone in the wrong order. Willie.
Simone McDonald.
Shit.
Why do we
Simone
do this?
McDonald.
We need to put like lots of E's on the end of it just so we see the
Yeah, we'll
E.
put 9
I'm
L's.
almost at the end. Shut up, everyone. Wellin, Mitchell, Lord, Nathan Williams, Jason McKay, Pete Nash, Matt O'Brien. Oh, my God.
Oh, he stuck the
He's
landing.
done it.
He fucked up the rest of it.
But man, he landed.
It was a little fast for me, but I liked your previous one.
Shout out to Tom Williams as well, who's tagged mate of his. It says, hassling you about this, but the podcast is quality. Get on board. And the check's in the mail, Tom.
Nicely
Aw.
done. Thank you, Tom.
Before we move on, Crom merch update, crowject.bigcartel.com. If you want any gear, you can get the Go Crom hoodie from Redbubble, and we are giving one away to our favourite review. So thank you to all of those who left a review. If you still want to, you can head to Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars and talk shit. Whatever you want. Just tell us.
Yeah.
You can
Doesn't have to be about the podcast.
You can get Crom corduroy hats. We actually have them now.
Cromderoy.
Yes. And
You okay there, Damon?
No.
You don't like
And
I don't like
Can
them.
you explain to the viewers why you don't like Cromderoy?
I wish I could. It's it's a nerve sensation. I don't know. You know the sound of nails down a chalkboard, and you go, "Ugh," that's if I touch corduroy or velvet or suede, I get the same thing. And you blokes think it's fucking hilarious. So thanks for that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
now you can use the code Bullbogs. I think we need to change that because it's well out of date.
It's a bit dated.
BULLBOGS for 40% off any order you place.
What about the new code could be Eagles Premiers 2021?
It's enough out of you.
Oh.
Wait for the news. But we were going to do the City to Bay with the Press Box podcast. Unfortunately, that's not going ahead for the second straight year. So, meeting on air,
Oh, here
I
we
was
go.
thinking, people, if you're listening, give us other things, other places we can run to and from
Oh, God.
to raise money. For example, Fulham Gardens Shopping Centre to the Pirate Life Brewery in Port Adelaide.
You just wanted to bring that up. You just want to go from work to the brewery.
I don't work in Fulham Gardens.
Oh, well, okay.
He just wants to enter the brewery.
Yeah,
He just wants to enter the brewery.
I mean,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes, I
And
mean,
save
I
the
love
money on the
Pirate
move,
Life.
obviously.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
The taxi rank of the casino to the casino.
yes.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That's a place I can run.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have to stop.
Christy Banish, who says, Happy Dawson Day, AFC Media Elite Standards with the JD videos today. Couldn't agree more, Christy. Drew Corner says, red long sleeve looking elite Damo. Caitlin Stevens saying, cream, no Crom merch. Disappointing.
I'm sorry.
Put on
And,
the beanie.
And Crom Chat has suggested Brompton to West Lakes.
Yes.
Not a bad idea.
And shout out to Henry Doyle as well there, Damo, who says, can't believe you convinced me to watch a Crows themed podcast, Damon. And okay. All right.
Thanks for
Cool.
tuning in, buddy.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
We were going to do that City to Bay thing for childhood cancer. I'm not sure if the GoFundMe page is still up, but Jace Kemp did start one called Walk the Walk, Now Talk the Talk. So if you still want to donate, we will do something to raise money shortly. We're just teeing it up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wheels in motion. Plans
Oh.
behind the scenes.
All right, upcoming Patreon stuff. Elodie, what do we got?
We've got the draft night coming up. When is the draft night?
Who knows?
I think it's across,
Okay.
I think it's across 2 nights, isn't it?
Yeah. Usually.
I don't know how
it
we're
is,
going to do
isn't
that.
it?
We're
There a long time.
Oh,
We're
Yeah,
just
it's
going to
gonna
hang
be a
around for the first
marathon,
round. Pick
yeah.
4, yay, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
24-hour marathon. You can't leave until the draft is over.
I'll just book 4 rooms at the Arca Bar and we can stay there overnight.
Oh, that sounds even worse.
Done.
Okay.
Not the Arkabar. The Arkabar's great, but I'm gonna have to bunk up with you, and it's just gonna get awkward.
Why
I'm
do
gonna enjoy it.
you want to bunk up
Sure
with
you
him?
don't want to-
I was
Can
gonna
you not
say,
afford your
you've
own
got
room?
5
In
other
my
people.
Sure, you don't want the guy from the Adelaide Mail back?
That's a good point. Actually,
Rekindle
yeah.
that.
Romance.
We have stayed in touch.
Caitlin Stevens says draft is November 24th to 25th.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Oh, thank you. At least
Whenever I-
someone here knows what.
Oh, just the off season goes for so fucking long.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. Yeah, draft night. We're going to do that. What, the Arkabar? Is that right? Is that what we're
Probably.
saying? Yep, probably.
Lock it in.
We'll see you there, maybe. We've also got the draft spotlight previews. Is that still happening?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
But it's not till the end of November, so we got so much time.
That's
to
a
do it.
very non-committal.
We've-
Yes.
It's the worst thing about when Cream and I do a project together when we know we've got a long time ahead of us. It's like,
Just
it'll
procrastinate.
Yeah.
happen. It'll get there. We've done part 1.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you've been to uni, so you know all about
It's like a
that.
Ben Brown
yeah.
goal run up
Yes.
Yeah.
to the draft.
We're still waiting.
yes.
Still waiting.
Yep.
What else we got? Some AFLW interviews in the works, and season preview, which we'll probably do after all the draft and trade stuff, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
All of this is very non-committal, isn't it? thanks for hospital handballing that one to me.
No worries.
Shout out to the Patreons too, who have joined up the AFL Nines team. Our first game, the other team forfeited.
so you won.
So it's a win by default.
I was scared.
Don't ever let anyone tell you that's not the best kind of win.
2 greatest words in the English dictionary.
Default.
Default.
Exactly. So yeah, congrats on our team there. It might be our only win for the season, but yeah, it's fine.
Ray O'Hara just wants an update on the Anne Hatchard interview.
I was gonna bring that up.
Speaking of
Ray.
more meetings on air.
Shut up, Ray. I know, Ray.
Our little Ray
Dino
Sunshine.
record.
Yes,
Jeez.
shut up.
Do you want to tell the story?
No, not really, but I'm going to have to.
Go on,
I've
do it.
been thrown under a bus by Ray. Yeah, I had a lovely chat with Anne Hatchard. She's fantastic, very insightful, really good interview. I didn't push record, so no one's there's no evidence
No one
of
will
it.
ever hear it.
No one will ever hear it. No, so we're quietly working behind the scenes to rearrange to get another interview going.
You just wanted an excuse to chat to her again. No one can hold that against you.
She's a fantastic
footballer.
She's a great
Yeah.
footballer. Yeah. Really funny. Yeah, really
Wow.
good.
When the first interview I did with Will Young by myself, I had about 3 different things recording because I was so worried about that. I was like pressing like record, and I'm like, "Did you hear that?" He's like, "Yep," and I just had everything around me recording. So,
Hang on, I'm going to take some notes.
Yeah.
Have recording
record backup
equipment.
stuff. Yes, you're the radio school boy. Come on.
All right, let's move on to the news.
Can you just shorten that one to record?
Yeah, that's all you need, really.
Keynotes.
Moving on to the news, I know Elodie wants to get this out of the way, even though it was a while ago. There was an SANFL Grand Final a few weeks ago. Elodie, what happened?
What did happen, Cream? Don't you want to tell
Don't
us?
make us say it.
The Bays shit the bed, well and
They
truly.
did shit the
But
bed.
they won the reserves.
Yay!
And that's the game that really matters.
But they lost the under 18s. Oh.
Aw.
That's bad.
No, congratulations to Woodville West Torrens. Very disappointing as a Glenelg supporter.
Yeah, that's why we didn't have a pod the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Took
Is
us a
that
while to get over it.
Is
yeah.
that why?
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
North lost, we went straight back into it, and I just had to appeal.
Yeah, of course.
I know. Damon had to sing the Eagles song and everything, and none of
Yeah.
you guys are doing shit. I guess me and Cream had our bet, so now we're even.
We're even
Are
now.
we? Yep.
Yes.
Thank
So-
God, because that was just getting expensive. I'm
Yeah.
really genuinely worried about
Yeah,
one
it was
of you.
banking up a little bit.
I had almost spent the money too. I was genuinely that sure, but
You're that confident. Jeez, Bays, yeah, they went almost a perfect season and then just shit the bed in the finals, didn't they?
yep.
What's that? Yep, that's what I have to say, yeah.
And to say no
But
more.
yeah, it was just like, they just ran all over you guys. The Menzel brothers.
Yeah.
Don't talk
Dominant.
about it. All right.
I
Shall
know,
we? Shall we get on with the
Trade review.
trades?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay. New bloke at the club, as we touched on before. I think it was Christy Bainish commented. Today is Dawson Day.
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
officially.
It's Wednesday too.
Yes.
yes, Wednesday.
So
Okay.
Jordan Dawson comes to us from Sydney for Melbourne's future first round pick. Thoughts? Discuss.
It's brilliant. It's really
It's a
good.
great idea. Yeah.
It's a great idea. Yeah.
It's good. I think Crows obviously knew that this was what was going to go through when they did that trade to get that Melbourne future first round pick.
Yeah.
Um,
What did
so it
Sydney
was all
come
in
up
the
with that they
works.
wanted in the end? Like about 5 different
Pick 4,
scenarios.
pick
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick four with change. Pick
Brompton
four and a-
headquarters.
Brompton headquarters. pick
God,
four
I
and a please. You know, just a lot of. I don't know. Were they genuinely angling for pick 4? Like, were they that deluded that they thought we'd actually give up pick 4?
Yeah, we're not going to let them bend us over a barrel.
No.
Surely they were just testing the waters.
Well, I mean,
In the hope.
you'd be irresponsible if you didn't.
Yeah.
I suppose,
Yeah, exactly. But I think teams a lot of the time try to, complicate trades like some of those trades were. Like, oh, give us like these 8 picks and we'll give you 6 picks back.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just try to confuse the other teams by just saying,
Yeah.
Well, speaking
give
of
us all this.
confuse, can I go back a little bit? Speaking of confusing, to the trade that made this trade happen.
Sure.
Which was when we sent.
Oh, no, not this.
I'm going to try. Actually, am I going to try? We
Yeah.
basically we went from having picks 4, 23, 37, 59, and 63. And interestingly, 37 and 63 weren't our picks. They had come from the previous year's trade period. They were 37 from Melbourne, 63 from Freo.
Oh.
We basically bundle all them up, send Melbourne back 37 and change, and get their future pick back involving Western Bulldogs somehow. I need like a big diagram with red strings behind me.
Jesus.
To
This
make
is
it
where
all
it
work.
gets all convoluted.
It gets very convoluted, but
You
we talk
lost
about
me.
the
You
points
lost me
next,
when
or-
you open your mouth.
He lost me at Freo.
Should we talk about the points equation as well? Or?
no, God, no, not even worth it. But I just love the fact that essentially we've sent Melbourne's 37 pick back to them for their first round of next year, which we've then turned into a good player. Love it.
Yeah.
Justin Reed has just bullied
Yeah.
his way through the draft, and Cromchat agrees with that one. Good on you.
So yeah, essentially what we did was just get rid of a whole bunch of picks, downgrade our second round pick. Was that right?
Yep.
Got rid of our other second rounds. Did we trade on the Jake Kelly pick as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was all included.
Yeah. But yeah, so we don't really need that many players in the draft, do we? I don't know. You guys
No.
probably know more about this. than I
We've
do.
got such a young team now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
gone-
like 26 players re-signed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
With Dawson coming in today, that's 27 players
Yeah.
signed in a year.
Yeah.
So we'll be at 30 by the time we have the draft period done.
Ooh.
It's a huge number, a huge turnover. That and what we've done is make sure that those picks are quality over quantity. So 33 is a downgrade from 27, obviously, but we'll still get a decent second round pick for it. We've managed to keep pick 4, which will become pick 6 on the night. And if we didn't get the Dawson deal over the line, we gave ourselves 2 first rounders for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we protected ourselves from every possible eventuality. Like we were going to get him for free if he walked through the preseason draft, or we were going to trade him for this whole mess of picks, which we turned into something good. This is I think one of our best trade periods in recent memory, honestly.
And it's not done yet.
Ooh, is there something
that
you
mean?
know that
Yeah.
we don't know?
Well, there have been talks all day that we're going for a bit of a bombshell trade. So what have we got, about an hour left to lodge paperwork?
I thought it was already done.
It's
I
done.
thought it was finished at 9.
I thought it was finished at 7 Eastern, which is 7:30 our time.
Oh,
Let's have a look.
All right. let's-
Is there any
real
news?
quick
Let
though,
us know.
yeah, if you know anything, please write in. Just asked a poll of did we pay overs or unders for Jordan Dawson? It's 14-2, so 88% saying we paid well under
Yeah.
for Geordie Dawson, and 2 people who were just doing it for the.
See, I don't agree. I think it's the perfect, and all the Sydney nuffs, salty nuffs, suck me.
God.
Honestly, suck me. Like Dawson finished. Okay, he's 24 years old. Yes,
Oh,
very
God,
young.
He's written things down.
But he's only played about 58 games.
56
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
He finished 3rd in this year's best and fairest. Okay, one really good year.
Mm.
He came 9th in their best and fairest last year. He came 9th in their best and fairest in 2019. Well, fuck me. Rory Atkins came 8th in our best and fairest in 2019. He came 9th in our best and fairest in 2018, and we only got a second round pick back for him. And he's the same age when he left us as Dawson is now.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want Dawson anymore. Send him back.
Send him back.
Are
Sounds like a dud.
you telling us we've got another Atkins on our
Oh,
hands?
don't say that.
I think that's what he was getting at.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So-
But does that say more about the Crows just not having as many good players as Sydney? Like he was the best of a bad bunch, cream.
Yeah, in 2018 and 2019 when we were terrible,
It wasn't much
he
of a
finished
standard.
8th.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess my point is, all these nuffs claiming salt. We came out and said that we should have only given him pick 23 to begin with.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been the fairest deal.
We didn't have to give him anything.
No.
I think the Crows just said that they wanted to do it in good faith.
Sounds like a Crows thing to do.
Do we think the big problem is that when... Sure, you're right.
It'll be
nice
nice.
guys at the table.
Ah.
Do we think when the Chera deal went through, which was for what, pick 6, did that sort of inflate what they all thought Dawson was worth? Because Chera's just looked at as a kid. He's only played a few games of footy, but he's pretty much universally agreed to be a star in the making.
Yeah.
Dawson is just had his first good year and his potential is high, but he doesn't have the same sort of, I don't know, maybe he doesn't have quite at the same ceiling that Chera does. The fact that he moved for 6, do we reckon that's going to inflate?
Nah. If we gave up pick 4 for Dawson, then heaven forbid an actual genuine gun gets traded in a few years. They're going to ask for 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it's just stupid. Sooner or later, you get a first-round pick, and a premiership hangover is a thing. Sydney Swans fans are making it sound like Melbourne's going to win the flag again next year, and it's going to be pick 18. What happens if they finish 7th?
Yeah.
They still make finals.
Is this a part of Creamy's call?
No, not well.
2022.
What happens if they finish 7th? They get a top 12 pick.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
then
Like at worst,
Probably
it's gonna
overs.
be 18, which,
yeah.
that's still good.
The other thing to remember is that we don't know, I mean, I'm sure someone does, but I don't think anyone here does. We don't know what they've got coming down the pipeline in terms of their academy. So real early on, it was talked about how Sydney getting a good draft pick in terms of its pick value is going to be valuable for them in the future, because they might have some gun coming out of New South Wales, coming out of Wagga. or
Another
something.
Isaac Heaney.
Another
like
Isaac
Callum
Heaney that-
Mills kind
Yeah,
of like.
that no one knows about. Now all of a sudden they've got the ammunition to take him
Yeah.
free next year. So
I think they're supposed to have 2 good ones coming through next year. I can't remember the names or who they are, which isn't very helpful at all. But I'm pretty sure
Oh,
there's 2.
thanks, Ben.
but it,
Breaking
but it
news.
proves my
There's some
point,
of 'em.
Ben,
They
proves
got
my
good
point that we
boys.
don't know.
Yeah, they always seem to pull players out of nowhere, don't they?
Yep.
Sydney probably have like one of the best group of young talent on their list, I reckon.
Yep.
So Caitlin Stevens saying that Swans have great academy players for next year. And also saying that Ratkins plays in the Eastern Seaboard Football League or VFL. Like, seriously, what a silly name.
Oh, yeah, he plays in the VFL, right.
That's right.
Now, we also didn't touch on, I don't think it's written on this run sheet, Darren Burgess.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
I reckon
huge.
as good a news as getting Dawson.
Bigger news than Dawson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Definitely.
I'd give a first-round pick for Darren Burgess.
Yeah.
First
Honestly.
round pick in the coaches draft.
Yes.
Oh,
'Cause
the
that's what we're
coaches
doing,
draft. That needs to
apparently.
happen.
I think
Yeah.
so. Oh, do we need trade period to go any longer? It needs to be any longer, any more
Where's
complicated.
Clarkson going to be next year?
Oh, I think that's a good idea
In
to
the
make
US.
things more like even and fair. All the
Yeah.
coaches just go into a draft at the end of the year, and every single year each team has a different coach. It's just luck of the draw.
Now, once upon a time,
Ah,
Darren
shit, we got
Burgess-
Hinkley.
Damn it.
Once
That's
upon
your
a
fault for
time,
winning the flag.
was Darren Burgess at Port?
Yes.
Yep.
So he was at Port in 2014, I believe, when they
Had their big run.
when they had their massive run and they were just fitter than everyone else.
Yep.
And they came within a goal of Hawthorn in the prelim that year, like we did a few years before.
Yep.
And now he's gone to Melbourne, and they are the fittest team in the competition.
Yep.
So now he comes to us, and I don't think it's unrealistic to expect off the back of his signing we'll win another 2 to 3 games.
Sure.
Yeah.
There are 2 or 3 blokes that everyone's talked about immediately on Twitter that are going to be made better by him.
Fogarty.
Fogarty's usually the first name that gets mentioned, and that's amazing. Like, if we look at him as being a 10-year plus prospect player, key forward player, that Burgess can now turn into a consistent player, he's worth it just for that. And then we've got this great crop of young kids who now get to work under the best fitness mind in the country.
Yeah.
It's a huge move.
I don't think it will happen straight away. Like next year, they will be perfect, but it's a good window. In a couple of years, all our players will get really.
Yep.
They'll be good at running. Yeah.
Like David
David
McKay.
McKay.
Yeah, perfect.
Ah,
14
whole
Ks,
team of
14
David
touches.
McKay.
That's what we want.
I would-
22 David McKays.
I would like to see a noticeable difference coming out of the bye next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Historically.
went
In
flat a little
comparison
bit.
to this year.
Yeah.
Watch us get the buy in like round 3.
Yeah. Like, if it's a long and grueling preseason, I can understand if we're a bit flat to start off with. You build up towards the bye, you have that week off, but towards the back end of next year, I think we really should be running on top of the ground.
Well, that's what you want to do theoretically anyway. We've often been pretty.
What,
strong
run
in
on top of the
first half.
ground?
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense to me.
Sam Berry could now lay 30 tackles.
30 tackles.
Yes, please.
Has anyone ever laid 30 tackles?
Isn't Liberatore the record holder with 21?
20,
Don't
yeah.
quote me.
21, 23, one of the
Something like that.
Okay.
Have you ever laid a tackle in your footy career?
4. And I can remember every one of them.
Tom Schultz makes a good point, saying Burjo got May up for the grand final will also help on the injury front as well. And Caitlin Stevens says Miller as well would benefit greatly from a rehab point of view.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Are you
else?
sure he just didn't tell him about the hamstring injury in the grand final?
What, May was just keeping it from them?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good to play. I'm good to play. I can't feel my toes, but I'm good to play. Yeah. Could be. The other thing is that does this sort of show how our culture's turning around? We're bringing really good people into the club.
Could you imagine if we got Balm?
Oh.
Oh, Benny Boy, what do you think of that one? Benny Balm.
I would have changed my name, I reckon. No, that would have been absolutely huge for the club. Like Burgess is huge for the club as it is, but mate, both of those is just.
Oh, do you remember that day where we all thought we had balm for
Yeah.
a day?
Thanks,
Balm
Rowie.
day.
Thanks,
That was a
Rowie.
good
time.
Rowie.
Yeah, it turns out that sketchy email was actually legit. Yeah.
That's right. We were critiquing because I was just like, no one puts Google for, was it Outlook for iOS at the bottom? It's fake.
Yeah.
And it was real.
I want to say yes that the culture has improved, but I think there has to be there is a correlation between on-field performance and
Yep.
off-the-field unity within a group. So if we win 9 games next year, all of a sudden everyone will be like, oh, they've just increased they've jumped up to 12th now, and look at everyone they've brought in. And if we go for Rankin and Lukosius like everyone is going to say we are at the end of next year, then all of a sudden people will be like, okay, they're clearly a destination club, and
Yep.
not everyone wants to just leave.
The sand dunes of Westlake.
Yeah.
It's like because they get bogged and stuck in the dunes and they just can't leave.
Literally taking the car
Ah,
out.
you
Yeah.
stuckness on this.
It was kind of nice this year. The tables turned a little bit. Like Port were having all these players saying like, oh, like, there was
Yeah.
lots of rumours going around about Port players leaving, and we'd signed pretty much our whole list. It was
Yeah.
it was kind of nice to be on the other side.
What was it?
Absolutely.
27 players have signed this year, I think. if you include
26 or
Dawson.
26.
Yep.
Hasn't stopped the Port Nuffies saying that we're a club of no culture and everyone's leaving us.
Of course.
They'll just keep saying it. It's all right.
That's fine.
Do we think that part of that, though, has to do with the fact that we, before the last couple of years, we never really bottomed out? So when you're a relatively successful team and not everyone's getting the opportunities that they think they should be getting, that's part of the reason that some of them want to leave. You look at Peter Laddams, who left Port tonight for Sydney, purely for that reason.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Because he
shuffle
was on
around
the fringe and he
'cause they want-
believes
Yeah, they want an opportunity. You see a lot more shuffle around.
because
more, the
Port are so
better
much more
teams.
successful. Yeah.
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 I mean, Peter Laddams isn't going to get immediate opportunity at Sydney. Like Tom Hickey's probably the recruit of the year behind Alira. So I don't know that he's going to. But anyway,
No, in Sydney, they'll just
They'll find a way.
trade Hickey to somewhere else.
Yeah.
probably actually, yeah.
After
Sorry,
a great
I,
year.
I cut you off before.
Oh no, I was just thinking in the same boat, another ruckman, Max Lynch, from your mates over at Collingwood. I thought he was quite impressive in the few games that he played for Collingwood. But he kept on like when Mason Cox is getting selected over you,
Yeah.
you don't really want to stick around.
It's hard.
So he's gone to Hawthorn, and now that Segler's left Hawthorn,
Yeah,
opportunities.
Yes.
Where did Segler end up? Geelong.
Geelong.
Geelong, yeah, of
the
course.
retirement
He's what,
homes.
30, so it makes
That fits
sense.
perfectly.
And
Yeah.
so did Stengel, didn't he?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if all's to
Yeah.
be believed. But he still has to be picked up in the preseason draft, doesn't he? I think.
Wouldn't it be weird if Crows picked him up?
It'd be very weird.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think from the article somebody shared that he was going to go and live with Eddie Betts, who is now
Yeah.
Assistant coach.
assistant coach at Geelong. So it all seems to make sense, but
Yeah.
So
but Crows could just screw that up and take him.
And they got rid of Oscar Brownless today as well as a small forward who came second in their VFL best and fairest. And
There's an
didn't really get much of
article-
a go.
There's an article in there right now basically saying he is the most popular player at that club. He is beloved. So there's a lot.
So it makes
Might
sense for
have
them
something to
drop.
do with his
Just
old
your-
man.
But that's
Well,
off the
probably,
field, yeah. That's off the field.
That's true.
Because he takes all the boys down to the Cremorne that his
Yeah,
dad
yeah.
owns and just sticks their head underneath the taps.
That's it.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
More
He's off-
popular than Dangerfield.
Oh, surely not. Couldn't be.
Can I just say that Nabad, the rising star ad?
Oh, with Zach
Terrible.
Tui.
Zach Tui. Zach Tui. How many brand new see one? Shut up.
His delivery in that is all wrong too. It's
I know.
garbage. Yeah, painful.
I guess the point is we want to be a destination club, and I guess today, even though it's at one person, I guess we just hope that there's more of that in the future, and we hope there's more of that from a kid that we couldn't get because we're not going to get pick one, and that's Jason Horne-Francis in a couple of years. Although we did
tried.
try, and what did we try and give up for him?
Melbourne's future, our future first, and our current
pick
first
four.
in pick 4.
Thank God they said no to that.
But the actual deal that someone pointed out to me today, the actual deal would have seen North Melbourne's second come back to us. Now, if North Melbourne finished bottom again and Melbourne finished top again,
right.
that would have basically been like pick 18 for pick 22.
Yeah.
So it actually doesn't look that bad when you look
It's
at
sort
it.
of 2 and a little bit. Two
It's 2
first
and a
rounders
bit.
a little bit.
Yeah, but it's still a big, like whenever you talk about 2 first, I mean, you get blokes like Gibbs for that sort of a trade, you know, like I'm being very sarcastic.
And we weren't the only ones. I think
Richmond.
Richmond
Richmond was
offered
the
like
main
9, 15, 23, and Callum Coleman Giants.
Yeah, literally
61.
everything that they had on the trade table, they put in North Melbourne.
We're going to give you one hyphenated last name so we can get another one.
Yeah. So no.
When did it change from Horn to Horn France?
halfway through the year?
When he realised he was going to get drafted, probably.
Oh,
Maybe.
because he didn't want the Horn headlines. Is that right?
Sure.
The Horn Francis. Yeah, it's better. Anyway,
But yeah, no,
keep going.
no pressure on the kid. But I mean, when clubs are trying to give that up for you and you haven't even played a game of AFL, all that talk about Matt Rowell a couple years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah.
this just makes
But did
that
any?
look stupid.
I don't know that anyone went as hard for pick 1 when Matt Rowell was going. I don't know that
No.
anyone's gone this hard for pick 1.
No.
To have 2 clubs
Yeah.
come out and just try to sell the farm.
Well, I think the thing was when it was the Suns that took him, they all thought, "Nah, he'll come back to us eventually anyway."
true.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to fold.
But
Yeah.
the other thing was also that year they had that concession where they got pick 2, so they took him and Anderson together because
Yeah,
they
that's
played
right.
together, they were best mates, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
Still good we asked, even though.
I'm
it
very
said
happy
no.
that we
Yeah.
asked. Because if we didn't, it's irresponsible. You know, the best talent in the land is coming out of your own backyard.
Yeah.
You've got to have a look. So,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, the poor kid, is going to be under so much pressure,
Oh,
isn't
man.
he?
Yeah.
In the worst
Really.
team, it's going to be tough. But no,
Yep.
see what happens.
He'll play round 1 next year, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Almost, and he'll probably kick a goal in his first game as well. He'll do okay.
Yeah.
Lock that multi in straight away.
Yep.
Gamble responsibly.
Outside of the Crows, what were our favourite trades of the day? Who do we think was the pickup of the trade period?
Hasn't been that active, really.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been, I don't know,
It's
a
been a-
dozen moves.
Yeah, but they're all
Yeah,
ruckman.
but for every dozen move,
Well, maybe today, yeah, but I
There's
mean,
been a
like,
lot of rock.
Just
Yeah,
ruckman changing clubs.
yeah, like Laddams.
for every trade,
Lynch,
there's been about
Sanfl.
100 rumours that have been
Yeah.
wrong.
like
Oh,
Adam,
I know.
like Adam
Oh.
Chera, Pat Lipinski went to the Pies.
Jordan Clark,
Jordan Clark went to the Dockers.
Robbie Tarrant, that Richmond trade.
Yeah. That was interesting because of that had to be a trade because it would have diminished their returns for Callum Coleman Jones. So that was interesting in the sense that it had to become a trade, not just free agency. Your boys did very well this trade period. You kept all
The
your
Crows
points
are my boys.
No.
What
Your
are you
other-
talking
my
about?
second boys.
Your other boys.
The other boys.
Your black and white boys.
Yep.
Keeping all their picks, but they still managed to bring in
Lipinski
Lipinski. Thank you.
and Nathan Kruger from
Kruger.
Yeah.
Geelong. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, that guy, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
My favorite trade was the weird Freo and Sons one. Where
Brody.
Suns got rid of like all of their picks
Yes.
and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, that was
Just
fun.
banking them for
That was
next
for
year.
Will Brody, yeah.
Yeah. They just was just chucking everything in like
Take it,
Will Brody,
take it
take
all."
all these picks, take this, take that. And then just got some picks for next year. I guess.
Can we have that pick too? Yeah, we don't want it.
Come on, take it, please, take it.
Now, just to reverse a little bit, we asked the listeners, are you happy with our Godfather offer to the Kangaroos? Overwhelming yes, 18 to zip.
Ooh,
18 to zip. Oh.
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
It's like Australia playing American Samoa. In soccer, yeah.
I know. I get the reference.
Well, when the last game he played was a prelim against grown men in the SANFL, and he had, 24 touches, 3 goals, 3 and 11 clearances.
Yep. And a few tackles to throw in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, just ridiculous. Matt Rowell can have 44 touches a couple of years ago against kids in the under-18s, but I'd rather take that game from Horne-Francis against actual big body blokes.
Against the Bays, the runners-up for the premiership, Cream.
We got there in the end.
Now,
just didn't win it.
Almost.
James Payne makes a good point. One of the most boring trade periods ever. What do you guys think of that one?
Oh, washed-up footballer over there.
You know,
I thought that was pointed at me. I was like, washed up. It's hard to be washed up when I've never been washed to begin with.
I'd kill to be washed up.
You know what this trade period lacked? It had a real lack of Adrian Dodoro.
Oh,
Normally,
Yeah.
Oh,
Essendon,
caterpillar eyebrows.
yeah,
Mate.
normally Essendon are involved heavily and they play hardball and he asks for way too much and it gets done last 30 seconds.
Yep.
But there was just none of that.
They
on
got
the
Jake
last
Kelly.
day
They just
today.
didn't need anything else.
oh, he came
Yeah.
through the doors and they went, "Shut up, shop."
The
Done.
Messiah.
What
we
else
got,
we need?
we got the man. Yeah,
A
but
missing piece.
he was.
The rumour has it they've taken the package nickname off of Jake Stringer and given it to Jake Kelly.
Fantastic. So he was on trade radio though just before it closed because Ben, it has closed. I'm
Yeah, it has.
sorry
yeah.
to tell you. He was sorry to tell you.
I hate to break it to
What's the
you.
next trade?
Ben's been holding out on hope.
No, he's been ready to lodge a trade. He
Yeah.
was going to participate.
Oh damn, this is my paperwork.
The Adam Cherry Football Club has approached me.
Yes.
They want me to start a pod
What
for
did
it.
happen? Well, me and Lleyton are happy that it's closed. Me and
Yeah.
Lleyton were talking about off air. We hate the trade period. It's awful. It's just a bunch of people talking and like washed up footballer.
What are we doing? It's just a bunch of people
They're
talking.
just all talking.
Why don't you just shit on us, Elodie?
I know we've just been talking about the trade period for like half an hour, but
But at
still.
least it's based on results. that
Yeah,
it's actually-
exactly. Like James was saying, it was a boring trade period. I think a lot of that came from every single trade had about like 8 things before it, like, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen,
Yeah.
like about 8 hypotheticals before the trade even happened. So by the time the trade happens, you're bored of it, you know? That's how I feel anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you guys.
I
like
think Damon and
trades.
Cream are bored of it because they just there's nothing on the cookie.
Biscuits, yeah.
Give it
Get
up.
around an Anzac biscuit, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, real quick, we just asked, was this the most boring trade period ever? 9-3, 75-25.
So
If
I
the
mean-
Crows didn't pick up Dawson, it'd be 12-0.
Yeah.
That's true. And that's kind of the thing. It's just an administrative period. It's just a thing of bureaucracy where clubs come together.
Do you
Shouldn't
think
be
the trade period should be shorter?
Yeah.
I mean, mate, but then
Yes.
would less deals get done?
Probably.
No, you pack them in. So this was my idea that I had on the Patreon's chat. 24 hours,
Put them all in a room.
all in a room. Royal Rumble. It's a
Fight to the death.
6x6 room, padded, no seats. Okay, and it has to, and you have
The walls.
Yeah,
walls
it's
have to
padded
be
walls.
like white. Yep.
It's padded walls, and it's like
They
Real-
slowly
real,
close
like,
in.
clock-
it's like a Star Wars. You know,
Like
you know, the-
Clockwork Orange vibes.
yeah, exactly. And if you need to, you have to write on a piece of paper, 2 people sign, and there's a little vacuum just in the middle, and it goes, and then a little ding ding ding. You know,
Like Willy Wonka and the
Yeah.
chocolate factory. Zoom.
yeah.
Oh no, he's full of blueberries. But what about if you did like?
And
if-
they swell up so much that half the people can't fit in the room.
Yeah, quick, you need a burp.
I kind of like a thing where it's like all of the players are there, and it's like they've all sort of like got numbers around their neck. And
They're
it's
just
like,
moving. They're just moving plays
and
around.
you're like, I want that one. It's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like when you go out and you.
He looks like a good egg.
Yeah.
36, come on.
They should turn it into like a Squid Game
I was
thing.
going to say, you were describing Squid Game.
Yep.
Bit of red light,
no.
green light. Yeah. If you want to come to the
I want
Crows, you
them
need to
win
run.
Die, please. I just think it's nice. You see the visual, and you just say, I want that guy, and then they have to do a spin and they have to do a kick, and then
And all of the list managers are lined up wearing like pink hoodies with masks. with a triangle.
it's not a Squid Game.
Or they turn it into like a dating thing. And you've never seen any of these 3
It'd be like
footballers
Perfect
play.
Match.
Yes.
Yeah, and the list managers come in and they're like, okay, you would be best suited with player 3. And they turn around and it's fucking
Sanfl pepper.
yes.
And Justin Reed's face just turns. Like,
It's a Sava Radigalia or something. Ah!
I'll call HR.
who would host it? Immediately, I think Eddie Maguire would host that show.
Nah.
No,
Bye.
Basil would take over.
Sonia.
No one gets to speak.
He wouldn't actually be due to take it over, but he
No.
would.
Yeah.
He'd
You
turn
just
up.
walk in.
All right, I'm ready.
Who's the bird that hosts Big Brother? She hosts everything.
Greta
Blind one?
Sonia Kruger?
No, Sonia Kruger. That's the one.
She
Oh,
hosts
yes.
Big Brother now.
Yeah,
That's how long I've
Yeah.
since I watched Big Brother.
Damon just loves Gretel Colleen. That's all.
She
Yeah.
was the voice of my childhood.
Who's
Time
the
to
real
go.
Small, the real small boy that hosts a lot of things?
Oh,
Grant
Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah, Grant Daniel.
Actually,
Oh,
you know,
Grant
you know who's due for a comeback? Hot dogs.
What's he? Do you know what he's
Late night
doing?
with hot dogs.
I used to love that.
Can you
show.
guess the
That was
word? And
best.
it's SH_E. It's like, can you guess it? And people call it, is it shy?
Well, if they're locked in the room for 24 hours, he can come in for the night shift.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
We
Do
love
crossword puzzles
Oh,
at like
I'd say
1:30 in the morning.
The only thing they can eat is wedges. It's just a trough of sour cream, one trough of sour cream, one trough of sweet chili, and they're on either side of the room.
Oh.
Yeah, so
yes,
if you
yes,
got to
yes.
carry the wedges, there's no bowls. There are no bowls. You got to carry it, and you got to be like,
Individual.
This is a real
Oh,
interesting
wow.
looking room. If anyone can sketch this up for us.
Yeah, mate. It'll be our new logo. Also, you do your best work off camera. Like,
Is that a compliment?
Sorry, Miranda. Sorry, Miranda.
I feel like, hey, wasn't it John Corman up in the desert? Jeez, I don't know what that's about.
But yeah, he's the most animated when he talks. Like he does the Italian hands. Like,
oh yeah,
You got,
but-
you're depriving the viewers of the Italian hands.
they're not that big, but that's all right.
Should we get someone to call in?
Please.
Is that a thing?
Do we have anyone?
No. Well, you
yeah.
got
I just harassed people on the Patreons, and they just said they're too busy. And one person said that they need to drink more wine, so drink
Okay.
drink responsibly.
Get it up, yeah.
What is that phone call going to be like?
College football update. Pete's Arkansas Razorbacks. Since we brought him up on the pod,
That was the worst cross I've ever heard. And Elodie summed that up perfectly of just saying, yes, those were words.
yeah,
Because
They were words.
you need to talk about how I tried to trick you as well.
yeah. But I got him. I realised.
Read it beforehand.
You prepared for the first time ever.
Who would have guessed?
You fuck.
There's a first for everything. But since we brought them up, they've decided to lose two ways. They lost one game 37-0,
Ooh.
That was bad.
and they lost on the weekend 52-51.
Yeah, that was bad.
At least it's different.
Yeah,
It's a different way to lose. Yeah.
Is that real high scoring? In
Yeah, in American football,
yeah.
that's college football. It's normally more points, but
Just
still very high.
I know I'm off camera, but I'm actually really proud of the way the team's going, considering how bad it has been for the last 2 years, and I think it's similar to where the Crows will be heading to.
Woo pigs.
Woo pigs.
Woo pigs. Sorry,
It's just one pig.
singular pigs.
Yeah, it's just one pig.
Okay.
All right, Jesus, those were words. Anyway,
Next up, AFLW. Did you know? Was it the Crows put out a post yesterday?
5 years ago today, we picked up Noffy.
Ebony
First
Marinoff,
draft.
first pick,
Exciting.
and I don't think I would be speaking out of turn if I said she's been the best midfielder since she came into the comp.
Yeah.
And people will say Aaron Phillips, but she spends time forward. I'm talking about pure midfielder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd have her.
can't argue.
And Hatchard's coming for that title though.
Oh
reckon.
yeah.
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 I mean, in that.
I
Great,
guess she's got a fair while to go because Marinoff just does it year after year after year.
It's true.
So
Yep.
if she keeps doing it, then they're button heads.
And Hatcher has been improving.
Button heads.
They play for the same team.
Yes.
Why
But
are they butting heads?
The AFLW's got their own room with padded walls where they stick them together.
Oh, right.
yeah, they put helmets on and they run into each other.
That's it. Not
Yeah,
helmets.
right.
Pots. Like pots out of the kitchen.
terracotta pots.
Yeah.
Is there wedges in this room too?
Yes.
Or is it more like
The pots are
sweet
filled with
potato
wedges.
Chips. I reckon sweet potato chips.
Well, they're current athletes, so yeah, it'd probably be something vaguely healthy for them.
But the AFLW season will still start on the weekend of January 5th to 7th,
All right. Yeah.
I believe.
Do you think there'll be any sort of pre-season warm-up games? There usually is at least one.
Be good if
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
It'll be on New Year's Eve or something.
Who's going to be?
Well,
able to
see,
travel?
no, I don't think so because they'll probably take a week off over Christmas and then they've got New Year's. So, I mean,
What if they did an NBA style Christmas Day Lollapalooza?
Oh,
Of all,
great.
of all things AFL women's, yeah, Lollapalooza.
Is it going to be
Love that one?
the AFL women's but AFL X style on Christmas Day?
so I don't know.
No.
Is Kyle Cheney allowed to play?
Well,
He's just
Speaking
holding
of-
the premiership X. It's not even a cup; it's just an X.
a Patreon requested it to for me to post the AFL X tournament because I've never seen it.
Oh,
From 2018. so
I
I'll
never
put it
watched
on
the whole thing.
Patreon.
oh,
there.
got it. Wow.
Were you there?
Oh,
You're one
was
of the
there?
bro cells.
At Highmarsh Stadium.
Yep.
Were you one of the people that went going, this is going to be great, it's the future of footy? What
Oh,
was
it's a super duper.
Yeah, what's it?
Wow.
What was the signal they did? Was it the Was it like that?
Yeah.
that-
Next.
Well,
Here's Emma's bow from the Wiggles. You know,
so
you
hang
can
on,
imagine
but
that.
you saw them use the silver ball.
Whoa.
Whoa.
The
And
silver ball. Whoa.
Vanessa and I even got on the kiss cam that day.
Hello.
Did
Hey.
she turn you down?
Nah.
Ah.
Of course not. Come on. Why would
Congratulations. Like,
So yes,
Speaking-
AFLX, AFLW Christmas Day Royal Rumble.
Yep, lock it
Beat
in.
the GWS Giants.
I don't know.
it's become the Royal Rumble.
Everything is.
And while we're speaking of Kyle Cheney, I did read during the week he's going back to Victoria
Yep.
Yeah.
after playing for a few years in Harndorf. And I believe they've won 19 games straight. They win the flag every year. So,
It's pretty good. So
well
he's
done
going
to
home.
him. Yep, he's going home.
Are you going to
And-
handcuff him here so we can get an interview with him?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
But also Brent Riley, who left the Crows,
Yes.
has been appointed the general manager of football at South Adelaide
Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
in the
that's
SANFL. So up the Panthers. Up the Panthers.
No, it's Go Panthers.
Go you Panthers.
Yay.
Um,
That's an
Very
ALP.
wholesome.
You like the ALP. Yeah.
next
We don't
up,
why
like
you're
the
wearing red.
Panthers.
What are you,
We like the Eagles, not the Panthers.
we're not talking politics on air.
Oh, okay. Is that
ne-
why all of our drinks are blue?
Did you, just one question, did you think that Jared Redden played well?
I
Oh.
think that Jack Hanneth played badly.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah.
make of that what you will.
Sorry, I just need to give a shout out to Graham Merritt in the chat who keeps yelling out, "Go LA Rams, Rams!"
Up the Rams.
And then Caitlin Stevens just with Adelaide Rams.
Yeah,
Let's go
Adelaide
Super
Rams.
League.
Circa 97.
I love
If
that.
he wants to message me privately, we'll talk about the Rams all day long. Matt Stafford is killing it over there. I'm very
He's
glad they got rid
killing
of
it.
Jared Goff. He is spudding it up in Detroit.
Spudding.
Next,
All right, slide into Graham's DMs, I guess.
Yeah.
next up, we've got
Not hard to
Beryl
do.
and Cecil, and Ben, you're all over that.
All right,
I
Ben boy.
am sort of not all over it, but I know where to find the both. of
He
those.
will be all over
Just
it.
a shout out to the Swam Barrels and Cecils on Twitter who were up in arms about the fact that Dawson could go to the preseason draft and was looking very close to doing so
What would be? Why were they up in arms about that? Oh, the
Because-
Swans. Sorry, the Swans fans.
because they're potatoes.
Yep.
Where was it? It was in the Patreon's chat, wasn't it? That you put it.
Certainly was. In the meantime, I will tell them about Creamy's calls. So,
So this is where you call in to speak to Cream.
Hey.
Oh.
no, it's not.
Actually, any viewers or listeners that have a Creamy's call, we want to hear that.
Yes, please
Yeah.
give me your most outlandish or just stupid call that won't come
Yep.
through because I
Read 'em
never
out
seem to
right
get it
now.
right. In the 3 weeks leading up to the draft, I'm going to be counting down from 21, and
Counting
every
down from Rory Atkins.
and every day I will be giving my 5 best number 21 picks in the draft in the last 30 years, and the 5 best number 21s down to ones to play in the AFL in general.
So, as in, the player picked at number 21.
So like there will be the number 21 picks. Like if it
Jesus
gets down to the day before, it'll be the 5 best number 1 picks in order in the last 30 years, and the 5 best number 1s to play in the league. last 30
Okay,
years.
okay. I'm glad it's not complicated.
Okay. It's really simple, people.
Is it?
I don't know how to explain it any simpler.
I get it. There's the 21, and then you pick the 5 at the 21, and then you do it for 21 days. It's like
There you
it's
go.
like the 12 days
Tw-
of Christmas.
12 days of
but
Christmas.
The 21.
21 days
long.
of creamy
draft,
shit calls.
yeah.
All right?
Exactly.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Merry Crispin.
Yeah, I don't fuck you. I'm out.
I'm looking forward to it, Cream.
How can we mute him?
I'm looking.
And are you doing
You
this
do
in
right. We're still on the.
Yeah, I know.
are you doing this in Wales? We'd get some more views if this just turned into a full-on massacre. Like,
I'm more worried I nearly knocked over the Anzac biscuits than anything else.
jeepers.
Have a biscuit.
Our diggers didn't.
It's
die
okay.
for that.
It's okay.
So are you going to be doing this like through like a post or through a
I'll probably do it
voice
through a
thing?
post. I'll put some really ugly graphic up.
What
So that you
medium?
can't miss it.
What medium will you be using?
Multiple.
Multiple. Multiple
Jeez.
mediums.
Wow.
Yes.
What about a palm reader?
Oh, you mean like someone to read your future, not like a Palm Pilot? Sorry.
Yeah, palm reader, because there's 5 picks, 5 fingers.
Now, we did talk.
Oh.
Now,
Yeah.
one of my favorite things, and I loved when Ben read out the favourite foods of all the players because Will Hamill.
Some of them because of
Just the fact that Will Hamill burger. I don't know why. It still cracks me up to this day. But Crom Chat has a perfect question. What does everyone think each Crom player's favourite Italian meal is?
Italian.
Jimmy Rowe loves the lasagna, surely.
Yeah, he'd see it
Yeah,
standard.
you could
Yeah,
see
because
that.
he doesn't know any other Italian food.
But it'd be a
Pasta.
frozen.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
a frozen like McCain that he just chucks in the oven for like 3 hours,
Love that.
and then plays Fortnite, forgets about it, and he's just like, "What's it smell?"
I'm going to say Tom Duday loves a really good homemade bolognese, and I reckon he makes his own pasta.
He'd make his own gnocchi.
Oh yeah.
It's potato.
He'd make his own gnocchi.
Yeah,
potato, not
definitely.
pasta.
I could see him with his little apron on, just rolling the potatoes.
Yeah, it's the little potatoes, and then you have the little gnocchi board. You know, one of the little
Oh
gnoc-
yeah, to put the little things in it. Oh, amazing.
just like Nonna used to defrost.
I think Brody Smith likes the carbonara, but he makes it the wrong way with the cream. I can see.
And
It's a
no
British
egg.
carbonara.
Yeah. All right. I have got the Beryl and Cecil.
Here we
I
go.
found it. So we have, I don't even.
This better be worth it.
Well, you sent it, so I hope it is.
Oh, there can't be.
So this person says the Crows had no intention of offering a fair trade for Dawson. Two of the same deal, and they expected the Swans to fold. If Dawson leaves in the preseason draft, then he is nothing but a dog.
You dog.
He wouldn't be where he is now if it wasn't for the Swans. No one else rated him. Stop hiding, Dawson, you weak. And I won't say that last word.
Whoa.
Wow.
This is what I mean about salty people. Fuck off, idiot. Honestly, what's his name? What's his name?
It's not a real name.
No. Yeah.
Okay, what's his phone number? Where do his kids go to school?
What does he,
we need
what does he
detail.
expect? What does he expect? What, a top 10 pick for a bloke who's had one very good year? Give me a spell.
You've changed colour.
You heard me, you idiot.
I think we're just not experienced with the Swan fans. We don't know how to
Yeah.
deal with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're I don't know. I guess we dealt with them in the Tippet trade. That was fun.
I'm sorry. There's nothing intimidating about a swan. It's as stupid as mascot.
It is.
Like it's
Got
a
those
swan.
big old
Stop
necks.
looking at me, swan.
All,
Like, fuck
all you
off.
need is like a swift karate chop to the neck. You can kill a swan.
Oh, what?
That's not endorsed though.
No. The
Please
Crowject,
treat the swans with love and care.
the Crowject podcast does not recommend killing swans at all.
No swans were killed in
I
the
do.
making of this podcast.
Elodie does not speak for the rest of the Crowject
Just swans. Only swans. Because fuck geese. You know.
I'm trying to think of a player on our list who I can compare to Jordan Dawson and saying that they're worth a top 10 pick.
As in, had a really good year this year,
Yeah.
relatively young.
Ben Keys.
He's not relatively young though, is he?
Oh,
26.
God, he's hot.
I don't think he's that much older than Dawson. How old's Dawson? 22.
All right.
24.
24.
24. Oh yeah, that's
It's
similar.
not far away, yeah.
Yeah, Ben Keys. There you go. I
Yeah.
won
See-
your little game.
See, I'm a Crow supporter, but Ben Keys is not worth a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
If we went to trade Ben Keys away and we got a first round pick for him next year, I'd be over the moon.
Start the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, sorry, this is going back to a previous point, but Adam Cirillo makes a great point. Jimmy Rowe's mum family is from Florence. He'd know a good Italian meal.
Okay. All right.
Well, we don't have that deep of information, so
No.
don't add us like
We
that.
haven't got the family tree up.
That's it.
So you went, maybe some pappardelle.
Yeah, Keys and Dawson are 3 months apart, says Caitlin
Well,
Stevens.
there you go.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Can I say, Caitlin, you're incredible. Like, whenever I do a Wednesday Night Live and I get something completely flat out wrong, she first comment is just, no, it's this.
Can we send her some merch?
Sure.
Okay.
You just
Give us
remember
some
that comment
shapes
because
with a
Cream will
crumb
ask what
sticker
she
on it.
said in a few minutes. Just
What's that, mate?
Cream will ask what she said in a few minutes, so just keep that.
Well,
comment
he'll
just on the front.
repeat exactly what I just said.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. That's it.
About who?
Lucky Shoal had a good year.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Tom Schultz.
Too young, though. Not quite
And-
comparable.
And not as good a year as Dawson. Like Dawson
Yeah.
was top
Yeah.
5-ish
Well, top three
in
for
his
the club.
position.
He was third in the best and fairest, wasn't he? You said that
Yeah.
before?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just quietly, how good do our wing lines look?
Oh, yeah.
Seed on one side, Dawson on the other now.
We got Dan Garuccio, who's just made that point. Where would you play Dawson, halfback or wing?
Wing.
Wing.
Straight away. You move Smith back onto halfback. I think was
Oh,
most damaging.
I think-
Sorry for Smith. He hasn't been kicking as many goals.
Ah,
I think you just switch him. He can be on the wing,
move
and then
around.
he rests at half back, and the
Yeah.
half back flanker goes onto the wing and
Let's-
just
yeah.
backwards
As-
and forwards.
I have a
Rotate.
plethora of similar players there.
Look at you. You love that.
Again,
He
Word of the day.
Smith's only getting older, so we are going to have to manage his output more and more. So this does free him up to play, more of a roll down back or park him up forward.
and we really need Miller to get right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
5 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pilot Pete.
Someone please call in.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes.
Please.
Yeah. Pete bought a
Give us
phone
a
and
call.
everything.
The
Come
phone's
on.
running, not so hot.
Whoa. Audi Mobile sucks.
Where's the
Excuse me.
phone number listed? Should we just?
It's on Patreon.
So you got to sign up first.
Yeah, sign up. Patreon.com/Crowject.
Now, before we go, I did see that we did have those two kids that were tied to our next generation academy, and Blaine O'Loughlin
Dudley.
and Isaiah Dudley, but we're not taking them because
No,
we,
because we
we
got-
have the existing 2 Category B rookies.
Yes.
Yeah, in Newchurch and Ball Ace.
So how does that work? They stay there unless they're promoted to what, the rookie list?
To the senior list, I believe, because they're rookies until they're not rookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
we can
category.
still got access to these kids that we haven't got yet through our academy, but don't we have to? We might have to, if they go through the draft next year.
Yep.
We just have to have enough points for them or something.
Sounds right.
I never got the whole academy thing.
No.
That
Yeah,
was
me
straight
either.
over my head.
Caitlin Stevens.
Few guess.
Yeah.
Tell us how we get it.
And next, I was thinking about this yesterday. Who do we think out of the Crows has to have the best year next year, or they're traded?
Oh,
Zach Dawson.
Fisher Mackerson.
Zach Dawson.
Yeah, damn straight.
yeah.
All right.
I think if Fisher Mac doesn't play regular games next year, he'll be gone at the end of next year.
Might be a good shout. His value is never going to get higher.
That'll be 3 years now. He's been on the list.
Yeah.
For me,
They
it's
still take time. So
I know,
it'll be
but
interesting
how
to
much
see what he
time
does.
do
But if
we
he doesn't
wanna
do
give?
anything, if he doesn't do any better than this year, then maybe.
Himmelberg for me. Because
Yeah.
he's got competition.
I'd rather Frampton. Go on.
Yeah, I'd rather him go on.
So Caitlin Stevens
same.
again has written
Yeah,
in
true. Hard
and
to tell.
amazing work has said we can get 2 academy players in the preseason draft this year if we move Ball Ace and Newchurch up from Cat B.
Yeah, we'd have to move him from Cat B.
We'd have to spend
Yeah.
draft picks on that though, wouldn't we? That's how it works to move a rookie up.
Right in,
Gotta-
Caitlin.
Yeah. Caitlin, teach me about footy.
Why can't she just come on the show instead of us?
Well,
everyone.
Call in.
Well,
Well, we didn't
provide
have
the facts.
We didn't have to spend draft picks on Ball Ace or Newchurch last year, I don't believe, because they slipped the entire way through the draft, and then we took them the next day as Category B rookies.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that the next
We-
day or late in the night? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't either.
I don't know.
Whenever
It
it
was
was.
a long time.
Oh, people.
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Happening.
Here we go.
Is this going to work?
This can't be good.
Oh, we'll find out. Hello, you're on.
Hey, I
Hello.
felt bad for
Hello.
you. So, hi.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Sorry,
So,
sorry,
I've
caller.
got-
Can we start with your name, please? Your home address, your phone number, your bank details. Come on, mate. We need to get to know you a bit.
Well, I can give you Ethan Phyllis.
Hey,
Hey.
friend of the pod and Patreon.
Ethan, you're on the air.
All right. Well, I figured I had a personal favorite, Beryl and Cecil.
Here we go.
Please read.
I'll include the grammar mistakes.
Yes, please.
Huh? Depends on Melbourne's ladder position next year? Question mark. What kind of freaking deal is this? Question mark. IFL rules are becoming really warped. Ellipses, but with one extra full stop.
Okay.
More fooled, OFOOLED are
Oh,
clubs
God.
like at Sydney Swans to actually agree with this shite with a Y. Yeah, not not yeah, nah, yeah.
That's a new one.
Ellipses, but missing one dot. Not paying $sign for 2022 membership, Sydney.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Shrug emoji. Red angry face with censor mark emoji.
Can we?
Wow,
Is
that
it
is
is it male or female?
That's a good question. It
Are we
could be
playing
either.
guess the demographic of this?
I'm thinking guess the occupation. I'm thinking this bloke's a truck driver.
Between 60 and 70.
Whatever.
So
Yeah.
they're COVID positive.
Oh,
Okay, well, the Twitter account's got a lipstick emoji and a rose emoji in the name.
Ooh.
Female
So-
truck driver.
Female truck drivers.
Okay.
James Payne just said my brain melted slightly listening to it.
I'm just
Yeah,
thinking.
it was
that-
hard. It's
Go
not
on, mate.
exactly easy to read.
I'm thinking the Sydney Swans are absolutely devastated that they're losing this sort of high quality season ticket holder off their list.
And
Oh,
that
yeah.
all of
And,
these sort of
Ben-
supporters are coming out of the woodwork because I've never heard of Swan being like this
No.
before.
Yeah, and their location on Twitter is Melbourne, so they must be so old that they were like a follower of the VFL team.
Yeah.
Oh,
before it
South
moved to
Melbourne.
Sydney.
Wow.
Safe South Melbourne.
All right.
Sounds like a
That
real
checks out.
microwave membership operator.
Yep, absolutely.
I was
So
trying to
this
figure that.
person stayed a member through the club moving state, but losing to Dawson is the last straw.
This is
They accepted a future
Makes
future
perfect
pick, and
sense.
that's it. He's
Yeah,
done.
this reminds me of a certain operator on Facebook who said that after everything that the club has gone through in the last 2 years, that the fact that on Twitter that the Adelaide Crows, the official Adelaide Crows, did a Crom poll, and that was it. That was the part, Ethan. That's the equivalent of that, I reckon. After everything that Swans have gone through, of all the things, my God.
Ethan, mate. When did you turn your back on the Crows? What was your final straw?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it
probably
before
when I was born.
or after the Tippett saga?
I didn't know who Tippett was.
Okay.
So.
You lucky
I
lad.
remember being vaguely angry at the time just because something happened, but
Brr, something happened.
something happened that was bad, and Dad told me to be angry about this, so I'm angry about this.
Do you think we'll lose many supporters for losing Jake Kelly this year?
Oh, I'm devastated for that.
Apparently he stands.
He was aiming
I
for
can-
Collingwood but landed at Essendon. So,
I can tell you what my line in the sand is.
here we go.
If we delist Billy Frampton,
Oh,
I am done.
Ooh,
Wow.
ooh.
Big call. I like it. Because
You mean the Canary Yellow BT1?
Yeah.
And is it just for the memes? Be honest, it's for the memes, isn't it?
Oh, it's mostly for the memes, but I don't know. There's something. You see him do something every now and then. You go, that was, he's kicked 7 in a Sanfl game.
That's
When-
worth
when-
pick 67.
Yeah, when they win,
You're
when they
right.
won round one
That's-
against Geelong, the first thing Sloan did was run all the way across the field, jump up into Frampton's arms and give him a hug.
Now that's wholesome.
oh,
It is
that's-
wholesome.
now
Like-
that's worth pick 67.
Yeah. Keep
And,
him for the
it's like-
celebrations.
Yeah, when he was when
House
he
parties.
played that first game as a defender against Hawthorn,
Mm.
That's right.
after the end of it, every other player went up to him and congratulated him for playing an all right game. So
an all right game.
They
he
set
was-
the,
he was
they set the
surprised.
bar low.
that was
It
fun,
was-
Billy.
Yeah, people were like congratulating him, and everyone walked up to him.
Oh, Billy,
So,
you laced up your boots on your own, mate. Well done.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know. He's just got that little extra.
Love it.
Well, would you
Okay.
still listen to us if you got cut?
Oh,
Only if we get him on the pod.
Oh, wholesome.
I can't imagine he'd have much else going on. So
Good point.
He's got to tune the turbo.
We're gonna hold you to that if he gets delisted. mate.
Oh.
But Ethan said you'd be free.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Ethan. We appreciate it, and congratulations on being the inaugural
Yes.
Crowject caller.
it can only get better from here.
I don't know that it can, Ethan.
All right, buddy. You can get yourself some icy cold cans of Coke down. Where can you get them from, Cream?
Fulham Garden Shopping Centre.
Oh, that's it. All right.
Okay.
Well, you just got to
thanks.
steal them. All right. Thanks, Ethan. Love your work, mate.
Thanks,
Talk to you
Ethan.
soon.
Oh, we got to get T-shirts made up with "I talk to Ethan" written on it. and a little diagram of that crappy phone. next to it.
Ethan's number one.
And then
Ethan
on the
won.
back, I love Billy Frampton.
Billy Frampton is my line in the sand.
With a canary yellow BT1.
Do you think he is Frampton apologist on Twitter?
Oh, we didn't ask him.
Oh.
We've exposed him. That's why he couldn't say who he really was.
That's why he couldn't give his bank details.
So, real quick, that's it for us from our live stream on Facebook. But thank you so much, everyone, for streaming in for an amazing Wednesday night live. Damon, this is your usual sign out, so I'll leave it to you to say goodbye to everyone.
It's been so long, I've forgotten how to do it. Goodbye, everyone.
Well done.
That was perfect.